Oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the shop. A few days ago, a friend of mine stopped on by with a couple of gifts. We're going to be working with one of them. Let's take a look. What we got here is a nice big gnarly cherry Burl. I can't say that I've ever seen a Burl out of cherry about this size. It's gonna be a bit of a challenge trying to maximize our material here, but I am quite eager to take a peek inside. So yeah, let's get this guy prepped up and let's get to work. Alright guys, we are now mounted. Easy wood, tools, faceplate, and live center. I'm just going to get started here by getting our outer diameter rounded out and sized. And then we're probably going to move forward and just face off the back side of this. It's looking to me like this is going to be a resin job just because we have all these voids. And when it comes to doing some shaping here, I want all of the options that I can get. So a lot of material, a lot of really amazing figuring in here, I'm sure, and we can get some really nice effects throughout. So yeah, let's do that. Contact. Alright guys, so we got the resin all mixed up. I went pretty light on the color saturation. I just want a little bit of tints going on here. I don't want the resin to take away from this grain. So yeah, let's see how it works out. Had to. Alright guys, well today is tomorrow. You know what that means. Let's take a look inside this pressure pot. See what our casting's looking like. Hopefully I don't cry. Well, pretty good so far.
Good job, Daddy. What colors?
Alright guys, just taking a look here at our casting. Came out pretty darn good. Although I do have some sad news to report. This little guy here didn't make it out in time. Let's have a moment of silence. Alright guys, well we got her up here mounted. Looking pretty freaking cool if you ask me. Now I do have shape in mind and I have some targets I want to get at. So we are going to be losing a lot of the resin on the bottom here. Only because I would much rather get into some of the burl wood along the way here. We do have this nice deep flow though, so a lot of this will stay. But yeah, I want to try and cut through some of this normal-ish grain and get into some of our heavier figured stuff. Moving forward, we will be switching over to the negative rate carbide. Just because we're working with the resin here. I do not want any mishaps by way of chip out as we go. So, that being said, let's get to work. Contact. Alright guys, so we're flipped around now, getting ready to get into some hollowing. Not gonna lie, I'm pretty excited to see what kind of character we find on the inside. Let's get after it. Thinking we're gonna leave it there. I'm really liking the dimension that we're getting into the resin. You get a better eyeball on that in a little bit. And there's a couple little features like this little bridge in here. I don't want to lose that. I think that'll be awesome. The figuring in there is amazing. Ah, I'm so happy. It feels pretty darn close for sanding, so I think we're just gonna pick up with that and get this guy sanded out. See what we got. Alright guys, it is now time for some sanding. Just gonna work through the grits here. Gonna be starting with some 150. Doesn't even say it there. Gonna be starting with some 150 and working out to 600. sanded out to 600 grit. So, moving forward, I'm gonna play around with a finish once again. Instead of using a sanding sealer, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna use this here Minwax tongue oil finish. We're gonna saturate this grain before we go on polishing out. I figure why not, since we're going to be using in the end our tongue wax finish. I figure why not get a tongue oil. I know this isn't 100% tongue oil. I know it's you know, it's their own proprietary recipe, and the reason I use it is because, well, it dries fast. So we're just gonna run this through, let the wood take as much as she will. I'm gonna try and get at least 2 coats of this on here before we roll through to our finish. Alright guys, so I got 3 coats of the Minwax tongue oil finish in this guy. I'm just gonna go back. I can see some radial marks here in the resin, so I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna be using some mineral oil, and we're just gonna hit all that with at least 600, might go to 1,000. And we'll just take that as it comes. But yeah, I'm not wanting any of these little radial lines in here, so. All right, I think that's looking better. So, guess what time it is? Getting started here. Gonna be using the Brad's Workbench sanding paste. All right, so far so good. Gonna move on now to the tongue wax. It's more or less the reason I was using the tongue oil in the grain to begin with. I wanted to, let's just call this another experiment. I wanted to see how this here tongue wax worked with a tongue oil finish. And well, so far, just with the abrasive paste here, I am pleasantly surprised. All right, moving forward. All right, so we're gonna get a good coat of this on. We're gonna let it soak on in. I'd say we'll probably leave this guy sit for about a half an hour, and then we'll polish this in, see where we're at. Alright guys, so it's been at least a half an hour now. Let's go ahead and pump up the jam and get this all buffed in. Get this guy finished, see what we got. Alright guys, let me get this all cleaned up. Check a look at her. I'm liking it. Looking good, looking good.
Hey, it's done. Wanna check it out? Let's go take a look. Alright, well, here she is. Where do I begin? I am so happy, so happy with this piece. Just the craziness and the shape of the wood and the way that the resin holds it all together. The figuring is phenomenal. It's so crazy. I'm pretty happy with the resin concentration as far as color. I really didn't want to take anything away from this beautiful, beautiful wood. I hope you guys like this project as much as I do. It's definitely up there as one of my favorites. I will leave some slow rollers at the end, but moving forward, first we got a quote here from a friend of mine who was hanging out in the shop the other day. And we got a new addition to the sticker board. Log Jam Woodcraft. Thank you for sending that along. Check them out on Instagram. They also have an Etsy store if you want to go see what he is making. Other than that, channel's moving right along, guys, and that is because of you. I owe you all a debt of gratitude. I thank you so very much for putting this dream into motion for myself and my family. Got some new additions up on the store site, so ducaheritage.com if you want to check that stuff out. If you are not already a member over at our social media stuff, we have an Instagram and Facebook page as well. And if you would, I'm thinking this one might be shareable. So let's get that out there. Show your friends, show the world. Let's see if we can't get some new faces here in the comment section. I would appreciate it greatly. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this piece. The method, finishing method, all the way through. Give me your thoughts. I'd love to hear them. Other than that, I love you guys. See you next week.